The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business. From $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to the Icons of Real Estate. I'm Tim Calloway. We have a very special guest for you today from possibly the state of Florida, possibly the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, Lee Goldberg. Goldberg, the realtor. He's one of the most successful realtors in the country, better known as Goldberg, the realtor. He has been in business for over 10 years. Lee runs an office out of Orlando, Florida, and then also has one in Las Vegas, Nevada. How are you, Lee?
Doing well. So glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me, and to Arter SEO as well for having me here. This is just awesome. And actually, I could also be coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, where we just launched the Gold Rush team as well. But I'm actually coming to you from a very cold early morning in Las Vegas, Nevada at the moment. Thus, the Vegas Golden Knights.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice. I'm a big fan of Las Vegas. I came from Arizona out here to Florida, so many trips up to Las Vegas. So Lee, tell me, I did a little due diligence, read a little bit about your backstory and kind of where you've been and where you're going. Tell us how you started. I mean, were you 6 years old, tugging at your mom's dress, saying, "Hey, I want to be a realtor"? Or?
Oh man, no. So actually, when I was in 8th grade, I said I wanted to be a TV sportscaster. And I did it, and I did it for a long time, and that's what actually brought me to Orlando. And then that's where I met a guy named Gary Cole, G Money. And Gary was a sportscaster also at a competing station. Then we started doing some radio together. And then I got out of television in 2007. He got out in 2005. I went the entrepreneurial route and had a peanut company called Papa D's Nuts. Papa D's Nuts in your mouth. That was the tagline. I had them in every 7-Eleven in Florida. USA Today followed us for 6 months in the money section, almost on Shark Tank, but that we grew too big too fast. And I was still doing radio with Gary. And one of our sponsors was a gym, and we were in the shower together, separate stalls. Not that there's anything wrong with it, of course. And that's when he goes to me, "You need to get your real estate license." And he's like, "Stop selling peanuts." And I'm like, "Okay." And so that was in 2009. And 2010, I got licensed. I had to drive a taxi for a while, a yellow cab, not a Uber, not a Lyft. I had to go to the pawn shop a couple times and all that good stuff just to survive. But I stuck with it. And then the next thing I said, wow, I can make a lot of money doing this, but more importantly, I can help people. And here we are, 12 years later,
That's
12
fantastic.
years later.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So that's a great start, and that's a great story. I think a lot of people that resonates with a lot of people, and it definitely resonates with a lot of agents that got started around that time. Myself, we've all gone through that change, sometimes in our 20s, 30s, 40. I'm 52 now, and I'm still here. I am hosting.
Don't look it at all. Do not look it.
51, but I do look 51. That's what you don't look 52 at all. 51, I could believe. Yeah. So I get it, man. That's a great story. I think people, can really resonate with that. So tell me about the different offices. Now you've just laid the boom down about, you could possibly be in Charlotte right now, but you're not. You're in Vegas. But tell me about the process of setting. Obviously, you're not a solopreneur. I mean, you're not a solo realtor.
Yeah. So
you got some helping hands.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm very fortunate that I have Coldwell Banker behind me. Early in my career, I actually said on a radio show one time, "Oh, I would never go work for a place like Coldwell Banker," because my perception of it was so wrong.
Yeah.
Thinking, "Oh, it's just, dinosaurs and, what are they doing? And they've been around forever. And, what you don't know, you don't know." And So having Coldwell Banker for me, I feel is one of the most powerful brands out there. And then it's like the New York Yankees, we're on the New York Yankees and I'm Derek Jeter right now. And I've got great teammates around me to win championships. That's the key. And so is the people around you. So when I came to Coldwell Banker, they said no to me. I said no to them 3 times. And I finally, Lois, my broker, said, hey, what are you trying to do? What do you need? And I laid out a vision of where I wanted to be as a realtor, but also as I got older and I kind of, pulled back from selling 80 plus homes a year, it's not easy to sell 40 plus million a year in sales. People think it's easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work, but so for me, I've always wanted to get into more coaching, more teaching, more speaking, and I want to get into growth and I wanted to help agents. So for the first year and a half that I'm at Coldwell Banker, I was that ghost agent. I never came to the office. I didn't use the office resources or partnerships. I just kept my head down and I was just chopping wood and just building my name and just getting sales. And then about a year and a half in, we had a conversation. We sat down and said, okay, now let's go next level. And then I was in Cancun actually with a bunch of friends in a cabana. They're all partying and having fun, and I'm sitting there on my laptop, just this actual Mac right here, and I'm just writing away this long voluminous of words coming together, which turned out to be my training program, the Gold Rush. And so, which I'll get into later, but I wanted to grow the team, right? And she wanted me to help build the office, but I don't want a team as a team is, right? So I'm not the broker. I don't run the office. I just happen to have the number 1 team in our entire region for Coldwell Banker and a bulk of the agents. And obviously the number 1 amount of sales coming out of there, thankfully, to the real estate gods. So she was able to help me from an infrastructural standpoint of how to run my program and bring agents in. And for us, most people, if they have a team, right, it's a buyer's agent and this agent and that agent. For us, it's a group. It's about us building their brand. It's about us building them as a realtor on their own. So it doesn't roll up to the leader, to the top guy. It rolls up to them individually. And that's what we're here to do, is help build everyone all together. So once I was able to get that going on a higher level in Orlando, right? Vegas, actually, I started 5 years ago. If we go backwards in time, no team, no group or anything like that. And I started Vegas because a hurricane came through and put me out of business for 6 weeks in 2016. And it really hurt me. And, deals died, re-inspections, reappraisals, bills coming in, thinking money's coming in. It's not, you get caught with your pants down. So I said, I'll never let that happen again. I need to find another market. And so that's how I got to Las Vegas. And I got to Las Vegas because an old assistant, if you will, she moved here. And it's like, hey, you need to check this out. I'm like, Vegas? I'm like, I don't drink, I don't party, I don't gamble. Yeah, sounds great. Right. And then, so that's how I started Vegas. And then we built the team, started building the group, the Gold Rush group there about 2 years ago. And then just launched Charlotte in just about December 1st, launched Charlotte in October of 2022.
Wow. Congratulations, man. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Really? And if you want to hear how Charlotte came together,
I am all ears, man. I mean, don't stop now.
So Charlotte came together because, let's go back to Gary, right? And I call Gary, my nickname for him now is the old man, kind of, and Pawn Stars,
Right.
So Gary moved back to Charlotte a year ago, bought a beautiful brand new construction, him and his wife living in Weddington. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to get my real estate license up in North Carolina. And he's a broker, so he's getting his broker's license. And then he's going through the process of it. And he's like, hey, it's really easy for you, meaning me, to get your license here because of the way the reciprocity is working with multiple licenses that I have, that it was just procedural, it's just paperwork.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, let's do it. And all of a sudden I'm licensed in Charlotte. I had no thought of even thinking of doing this, but I've got a place to stay, got wheels, getting back and forth is easy and cost effective. And so we've started laying the groundwork for our group. Already have a few members up there because what we have works for realtors. Right. So it's not just about Lee Goldberg, the realtor, going out selling homes. That's not what we're just doing. We're doing a lot of that. Don't get me wrong. But what we're also doing is we're helping agents grow, whether they're brand new to the business or whether they're just trying to get over that hump. They're 3 to 5 million. They want to be at 10, or they want to have an RCS, right? A residual coaching stream. They want to make some additional funds. Those are the things that we teach and I've been able to put together for agents.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I do want to know a little bit about Vegas. I've been there. We'd mentioned this real quick. I'd been there numerous times. I've lived close to there. What is the draw though of people moving to I'm in Florida as well, so I understand the draw of Florida. My son lives in Orlando, him and his wife. What is the draw of Vegas when people are searching for a home coming from another state?
Yeah. So first of all, no state tax, much like Florida.
Okay.
We have great weather. Okay.
Yep.
Sure. It's hot in the summer, but you know what? It's hot and humid in the entire Southeast, including
sure.
And it rains. So I'll take 110 personally. And home prices were good. Then they got out of whack over the last 2 years, and now they're coming back to reality. It's just a great energy here. It's a beautiful place. There's a lot of great outdoor stuff you can do. I hike a lot. There's snow skiing 45 minutes away. You can go boating on Lake Mead. We have all the entertainment in the world, shows. And if you know the right people, it's not costing you an arm and a leg. We have amazing restaurants. Everything is so super close. And there's no traffic. There's virtually almost no traffic. I could get in and out of into a Raiders game literally within 5 minutes.
Wow.
Within 5 minutes, where and it would only take 10 minutes to get there. Versus if you tried going to, say, a Miami Dolphins game in most parts, let's say you live in Coral Springs, you're going to drive 45 minutes and almost an hour in traffic to get there, and then another 20 just to park. Yeah.
I head down to Coral Gables at least once a month. And I got to tell you, it's only 56 miles from my house. And it's sometimes 2 hours.
Yeah.
One way.
Yeah.
56 miles. And people are like, no way, you're full of it. And I'm like, really? Yeah. Come do a ride along. Let me show you.
And not only that, Vegas is super close to everything. Almost everyone can work from home for the most part. Right. And so if you're in the type of career where you can work from home, why not work in one of the coolest cities in the world? Right. And that's the beauty of actually where I live. All 3 cities are 3 very cool, awesome cities, 2 no state tax. But one other city, we have 40,000 people moving there a year, and that's Charlotte.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Real nice. So tell me about, let's talk, we said we'd talk about it a little later when we're getting on, that second half. Let's talk about the gold rush and, what you're doing there and what you're doing for other agents. Just take it from the top.
Yeah, sure. So when I was in Cancun, I just started writing. Right. And I put together this huge voluminous thing. And I was like, what am I going to do with this now? Right. And I met with a few people of, hey, maybe we could turn this into some YouTube videos. Or then I got turned on to a guy through social media and through a very close friend, reality star Brett Raymer from the TV show Tanked, if you know that TV show.
Yep.
He's a good friend of mine here in Vegas. And when I showed him what I was working on, he's like, you need to talk to my buddy Brad Lee, Brad L-E-A, Lee L-E-E, Brad Lee L-E-A. Follow him on social media. He's got a great podcast as well that I'm going to be on soon. Anyways, he's got this company called Lightspeed. And what they do is they put together interactive virtual training schools in all different businesses. They did Tony Robbins, Damon John, Grant Cardone, Brett Raymer, Lee Goldberg. And we have the first school for realtors. And what I put together is it lays the foundation of what to do once you're licensed. But not just that, it's even for people who have been licensed for a number of years. It's putting them in the mind of a mega producer of what I do and how I do it. I'm basically giving my entire playbook and my philosophy and just of how a good agent should be and how they should go above and beyond, because there's too many poor agents out there. And I said, there's not one universal training, right? There's the fairies of the world, no disrespect whatsoever to them. But this is different than what that is. It just is. This is laying a foundation, and it's taking it to the next level, because from there we go to our personal one-on-one coaching. Right. And then from there, we go to our weekly Zooms, which are just phenomenal. And so what we're doing is we said, okay, we want to put it all in one place. That's not going to be too overwhelming. That's going to be somewhat entertaining, that each module is not going to last forever, because my ADD will kick in. I know how everyone else can be. We want to make them nice and moving, and people can watch whenever they want. And basically what I'm saying is, do you want to make 10 grand a month or more? If so, I can help you do it. All you need to do is really watch these modules. And it's really that simple.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I think everybody needs to have something like that. Your program, there's just too many agents getting into the industry that are just walking around aimlessly, or they watch too much HGTV and, they think I got to go out and buy the most expensive car now and drive around town and, tell everybody I'm in real estate. I see a lot of that. I mean, that Florida, and there's just a lot of that, man. And so, I think programs like that are fantastic. So go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying, I built this on a Ford Fusion and a Dodge Avenger.
Right.
And, I was never that flashy guy, and I never will be. I'm a man of the people, and I'm here to help people. And now my help extends to realtors. Yeah,
that's great. I believe you, even though we don't personally know each other. But I gotta tell you, Lee, Orlando and Las Vegas, your two cities there,
Charlotte,
sounds pretty flashy to me.
Yeah.
Maybe you're bringing it down a little bit. I don't know. No, but okay. So let's just say I come out to Vegas, and because I'm in Orlando all the time. Let's say I come out to Vegas, and we get together, and we're not gonna have drinks. You're gonna show me around the areas that I'm not familiar with. And I just said, hey, you know what, Lee, I got a magic wand. I can solve any of the issues you might have right now. What would that be? Would there be any issues that you, on an ongoing basis, whether it's through Gold Rush or whether it's through your different offices, anything that you're like, man, I just wish I could get that taken care of and life would be so much better?
So if I'm hearing the question correct, you're asking, is there anything in any of my offices or what I'm doing that if you had a magic wand, not me, if you had it and could wave it, that could make my business better, more efficient in some way, shape, or form? Is that what you're hearing?
Exactly. Most people, they say time.
Okay.
More time.
No, I don't need more time, because what I teach is time blocking and how to handle that. Exactly. But if someone came to me and said, Lee, for you and your group, if there's something that can make your life better and easier, what would that be? I would say it would be leads coming in that are paid on a closing referral basis. Not these. The problem that agents have is, one, most don't have any money. Okay.
Right.
Number two, I was that guy. Number two, and by the way, we have a payment plan for my program, which, by the way, is very inexpensive. Number two, when a realtor doesn't have any funds, right, to pay a referral fee on the back end, there's no problem. And the problem with a lot of these companies are they can't back anything up, and they just don't give you anything. So the ones who are calling and saying, well, you're going to pay X amount a month, but we're going to give you a discount of this, and then you're going to pay us 20%. You know what? How about I just pay you 35% and I don't pay you anything? And let's see how that goes. Because if you're producing at 35%, hell, you know what? I'll pay you 50% every fifth one. Like, let's get creative. If you really believe in what you're doing and you want to make more money, then let's set it up correctly. So if there's a magic wand, it would be, okay, can we have because I teach how to go get your own leads. You don't need lead sources at all. But you're
Right.
asking me if someone had a magic wand and if there's something that I needed.
I'm Harry Potter.
Yeah, if you're Harry Potter or something I needed, I would say, you know what? I would love to see, 10 to 20 solid referrals, if you will, coming through in each market a month that I'd be willing to pay 35% referral fee to that
Right.
source.
Yeah.
That's what I
nice.
would like to see, something that was viable and real, because then I could scale that for that person in cities all over America. So if there was
Right.
someone who was actually serious about that, then I would love to talk to them.
Right. Fantastic. So we're kind of winding down. We're, towards that bottom half of the hour mark. And how would first before the last question, or I give you the floor, how would someone get in touch with you, Lee?
I'm really easily accessible. The best way is Instagram. I'm huge on Instagram in terms of I love to use it and communicate with people, and that's a great way to, as a jumping off standpoint. It's at Goldberg the Realtor. Those are all my social media channels, etc. And that's really the best way to get hold of me.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
and I look at all my messages. So
okay. So as I, as I normally do, and people who listen to the show on a regular basis, I always give the floor to our guest, for the last minute or two. You kind of, whatever you feel you need to get off your chest, your mind, your your soul, and it can be about your family, it can be about business, it can be about the price of homes in Las Vegas, whatever you think it is, or it could be the VIG at the tables. I don't know. But whatever you feel like you need to sound off on, floor is yours.
yeah, and again, I appreciate having me on here on the Icons of Real Estate podcast. So thank you, and just for doing this for realtors in general. It's a really cool thing. I was a guy who thought about quitting many times. I was a single dad. My daughter was 6. She's now 17. I would have to take money out of her piggy bank to pay for gas to go show rentals. And now she drives a Land Rover, right? So it works out. So if I could tell you guys anything, if you are a struggling realtor, if you're someone who's trying to figure out, do not give up. There is not a better industry to be a part of where you can spend so much time with your family and loved ones and make so much money. Everyone thinks that you got to spend so much time away from your family, always working, you're on your phone. Well, maybe you're on your phone a lot, but I'm also at Disney World on a Tuesday with my daughter, right? So if I'm you and you're out there, just know, keep chopping wood, work hard, time block, envision where you want to be. But if you don't put it on paper, and if you don't time block the things you need to do and have your spokes in the wheel, meaning the things you should be doing, and there's at least 4 every week you should be doing, that will turn into multiple business. If you're just sitting there waiting for business to fall on you, you're never going to be successful. Have a good coach, have a good mentor. I've had one for 12 years in my career, and I'm a mega producer. If I'm you, I would emulate those that you want to be like. What are they doing? How are they ticking? Figure it out. I'm here if y'all need. Thank you for the time. Also, you can check out thegoldrushvt.com.
Lee Goldberg, thank you very much for being here today. You got a lot of great energy. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to catching up with you the next 3, 6, 9 months and see how things are moving then.
Please do.
Have a great week.
Thanks.